You guys, I think it's very obvious over every NBA offseason there is undoubtedly going to be a number of conversations and debates about pretty much any NBA topic you can think of, with one of the most popular conversations being what player in particular around the league is going to have their quote-unquote breakout season. Now, this breakout year that I'm talking about doesn't necessarily have to pertain to the stat categories, as this seems to be what the most improved player award is for. However, what I am talking about is the player that really takes a step up in the eyes of every NBA fan in terms of their maturity, leadership, determination, etc. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I really do think that this man right here, Jayson Tatum, has a very good chance at changing his reputation across the NBA landscape. And if you somehow haven't hopped on that bandwagon yet, I think I'm going to be able to persuade you throughout this video. One sec, if you guys haven't yet, don't forget to like the video if you enjoy, subscribe, and turn on those noties to never miss another NBA video. Love you guys. For real, if you guys do, I'm highly encouraging you to hit that button, because according to the numbers, around 98% of you guys that keep coming back to watch this content aren't even subscribed yet. If you do, believe me, I appreciate it more than anything in the world, so thank you. But anyways, let's get back into this. Now, I know some people watching this video might initially think, dude, what are you talking about? How much more of a leap could he possibly make? Because if you were unaware and you're not a stat head like myself, Jayson Tatum has been taking monumental leaps every season he has progressed in the NBA. As he has gone from putting up 14, 5, and 1.5 per game his rookie year, 16, 6, and 2 his sophomore year, 23.5, 7, and 3 per game his third year, and then his 2021 campaign putting up some ridiculous numbers of 26.5, 7.5, and 4 per game. So once again, this bears the question, how much more of a leap could you possibly make from these numbers? And of course, how would he be able to do it? Well, going into this NBA season, I think there is one fact in particular about this Boston Celtics roster that I don't think many people are considering when thinking about Jayson Tatum's game, and this is the fact that this new roster might be benefiting his style of play more than any other roster he has seen prior. As over the last 2 years, it's definitely safe to say that Jayson Tatum took on the primary role of scoring for his said team. Through the course of his career, even with putting up the very impressive numbers that he has always been able to do so alongside point guards who have been very relying on scoring as the top priority of their game. As I'm sure most of you know, over his entire NBA career so far, his 2 point guards to play alongside in the starting lineups were none other than Kyrie Irving and Kemba Walker. And like I said, even with Tatum having a highly relied on scoring responsibility over the last couple of years, Marcus Smart likely being the team's starting point guard going into the next season, this might open up a ton of ability for Tatum to improve his game. And while we're on this topic, we gotta cover something we've been seeing in the media recently that they have been going crazy for. And if you haven't somehow seen it yet, let me be the first to show you Jayson Tatum's off-season transformation, where he has very clearly gone on a bulk and reportedly gained around 10 to 20 pounds of muscle. Oh, I know, it's no 50-pound muscle transformation like we saw in Giannis Antetokounmpo. I definitely think we can all agree that this is going to be something that can amplify the ability of Tatum out there on the court to another level. Because even though this man did take about a quarter of his shots last season at the rim, believe it or not, it is actually down a considerable amount from how much he used to in his early years. Yes, I know, this has definitely happened due to his increased role with the team as the years have gone on. You know, I think I can confidently say that not a single Celtics fan is going to be disappointed at seeing Tatum drive to the rim more often. And along with getting to the rim, another huge area of improvement for Tatum would be the ability to finish and ones more often, which of course with his increased size will be a little bit of an advantage. As if you did not know, Jayson Tatum was only able to put down about 21.9% of his and one opportunities last year, which ranked him in the 43rd percentile of all forwards across the entire league. Now I know, the fact of Tatum making or missing and ones isn't going to make or break his season, but with looking at Tatum's game and how he has progressed over the last couple of years, it's very clear that he has been knocking weaknesses off his game that he originally had left and right. And with him trying to pursue becoming the complete player for the Boston Celtics, knocking off the little things is what it's going to take to do so. And another thing for us to notice, you guys, is that the size and bulkiness of Jayson Tatum is not the only thing he improved on, as unless you somehow haven't watched a second of a Celtics game over the last year, Jayson Tatum is damn near 7 feet tall at this point. Now before you fact check me on this and type in Jayson Tatum height on Google and get a result of 6'8", just take a look at this clip for a second, okay? We got the Boston Celtics against the Brooklyn Nets in the 2021 playoffs, and as you can see, we have Kevin Durant guarding Jayson Tatum on the the perimeter. The fact about this clip is that when we freeze frame it for a second right here, we can see that Jayson Tatum is just about the same height as Kevin Durant. This in itself is just crazy to me, because I've always loved watching Tatum throughout the course of his entire career and obviously thought of him as a very solid 3, but going into next season, I think it's almost 100% likely that we're going to be seeing Tatum playing the 4 spot for this team, because with most of the research that I've been doing, the potential starting 5 for the Celtics that seems to be widely accepted goes along the lines of Marcus Smart at the 1, Jason Richardson at the 2, Jaylen Brown at the 3, Tatum at the 4, and Robert Williams at the 5. And I know the Celtics have essentially been playing positionless basketball over the last couple of years. If you had to give this starting lineup roles, this is definitely what it would look like. And with throwing Tatum at the 4, obviously it's going to be an experiment in itself, but the idea of having him there for an entire season is going to be very interesting in terms of the effect it might have on his game, whether it's good or bad. But I'm going to give my opinion in itself that with everything we've mentioned so far in this video, I think it's pretty safe to say that it will only do good for Tatum and the Boston Celtics. I don't know, you guys, this season is going to be very interesting for the Boston Celtics, to say the very least, because depending on what they might do in terms of roster moves in the near future, it's very clear they're going with a dynamic duo to lead this team in clearly Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with the consensus idea of a big 3 being needed to win a championship around the entire league. Many people have initially not only knocked the Boston Celtics out of their championship contenders, but even the top 3 or 4 of the Eastern Conference. With this move in itself, the restructuring of their front office, and the new hiring of a head coach, time to see if Boston can put all of these pieces in the right places, with Jayson Tatum being the leader of this project. But you guys, I think that's enough out of me, as I'm really curious to hear what you all have to say about the Celtics situation, or so with the man that we have been talking about in this entire video. So I want to know what you guys think the Boston Celtics record will be when the 2022 season is all said and done. On top of that, what you think Jayson Tatum's averages will be at the end of the year. Do you guys think we'll see some drastic improvement? Do you think it's going to be kind of the same as last year? Do you think he could be an MVP candidate? Please let me know. But also, I'll say it again, you guys, if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like on the video down below and subscribe while you're down there. Really can't say it enough, you guys. Brand new NBA videos on a daily basis around here, especially with the season right around the corner. Got so much to talk about, so much to dissect and discuss, and believe me, you don't want to miss out. But once again, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you for watching. Appreciate y'all more than anything in the entire world. You all know this, and I will see you guys in the next video.